to be installing Visual Studio Code. So in the last video, we saw that when we use the terminal to run code. So if you go to the Anaconda prompt, so inside the Anaconda prompt, you can run Python. So you just type in Python and you can run it. However, one problem that you might have noticed is that you can only run one line at a time. So if you press Python, and you can just run a line at a time. So you can just maybe hello everyone. So you can only run one line at a time. The problem of this is that whenever you write programs, you need to have way more than one line of code. You might need to have 10 lines, maybe 100 lines, and you need to save a file. So just having a command prompt isn't enough to write actual programs. So in this video, we will be installing Visual Studio Code. It's Visual Studio Code. It's something called an IDE. So an IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. That just means that you can write code in it and you can run the code there. So you just search Visual Studio Code and click on the first website that shows up and you'll get this. Coding, editing, and redefined. So over here I'm using Windows, and this website will automatically detect what type of computer you're using. So if you're using a Mac, it will say download from Mac and so on. So over here, if you press download, it will give you the downloads website, and you'll see that this is a 64-bit and a 32-bit. So the difference between 64-bit and 32-bit is that a 64-bit can only run 64-bit programs and so on. In order to check what bit your computer is, you go to System, Information, you click on that, and then they will give you the summary of all of your computer data. So it's refreshing system information, and in system type it says 64-based PC. In your case, it might be 32-based. So for Mac, it's also similar. You just click on the download button and you follow all the instructions. So I've already downloaded Visual Studio Code, so I won't be installing that. So you notice that you just click on Visual Studio Code and you'll get a welcome guide. And in order to set up Visual Studio Code, you need to install some extensions. Visual Studio Code. This is what Visual Studio Code will be like. So you need to have Python running over there. You have to install several extensions. You just go here and you search Python. And the first one that will show up will be this one. Python, linting, debugging, and stuff like that. And over here, this was developed by Microsoft. There are many different extensions. Just choose the one with the green little star over there. And this one is the most popular one. This has 26 million users. You just press install and the extension should work. Once you have the extension installed, let's open a Python file. So over here, you can open a new file. You press File and you press New File. Let's say we wanted to print. I just installed Visual Studio Code. Woohoo! So over here, what I have to press is press Ctrl S. That's a shortcut to saving a file, and we can just call that perhaps test temporary file tmp.py. Py is just an extension over there. The .py, that is just to tell the extension that this is a Python file. So once you add that .py to it, you will see that there's the Python logo over there, and this is actually now a Python source file. Okay, so over here, this is now a Python file. In order to run programs in Python, you just go to the anaconda prompt, and you go and quit that first. You just go to the original directory. In this case, it's in my C drive, and it depends where you're running your program. So in order to check, you can see that over there in the C drive. Open Explorer. This is my file over there. You can see that it is a Python source file and Python logo, and the name of it is temp. So you just click here, double click, and you will notice that it is inside the C drive, and in the folder code. So you just put it in here. You change the directory. So here it is in the users. So you just have to change directory to C, like that. And over here, you just change. Once it's inside the C drive, just change it to C and colon and that, and then folder code. And you will see that it's inside code now. And you just type in Python and the name of the file. The name of the file is going to be temp.py. Once you press enter, it will run the file. And and then over there in my file, it says I just installed Visual Studio Code, not that here. The reason that I just installed Visual Studio Code is because I had one line of code that said print that. So over there, this means Visual Studio Code is working and you can run Python files. So that's it for this video, and see you in the next video. Bye!